Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Now audible. तुम ही से दिल का राज छुपाए, तुम ही को राज बताए, हमें क्या हो गया है, हमें क्या हो गया है। हमें क्या हो गया है, हमें क्या हो गया है। So yesterday we discussed the reasons for 30 years war. But the core line was essentially religious, eventually political. Essentially religious, eventually political. This is the core line which you have to just imprint it in your mind. 30 years war. A turning point in the history of Europe and modern world history. Turning point in the history of Europe and modern world history. Hope you all would have consolidated the previous matters. Renaissance, geographical discoveries, Reformation, nation state, and if you see, they all are interconnected, all. That is why there is going to be a big war in India, inside India and outside India. Whenever you drift from the old order, whenever population control bill is going to come, uniform civil code, December, definitely it's going to come. Whenever you drift from old order and you move towards new order, there will be a big war. Gauri, now you will be able to connect ki why all important trading centers were also religious centers. Anshul, where are you? Richa, Radhika, Sanika, Komal, Anjali. Religion was the most attractive force in the pre-modern world. Next heading, phases. Four phases. Bohemian Revolt, Danish intervention, Swedish intervention, and French intervention. Richelieu, Cardinal Richelieu, a very important man Cardinal Richelieu, the Prime Minister of Louis XIII. Cardinal Richelieu. Bohemian Revolt. Christian, Frederick. The story revolves around Frederick. Frederick, who became a beggar. The story revolves around Christian. Wallenstein and Tilly. The story revolves around Gustavus Adolphus. The story revolves around Cardinal Richelieu. The four important characters of 30 Years' War: Frederick, Christian, Gustavus Adolphus, and Cardinal Richelieu. And I always say to you, whenever you start a topic and whenever you end, one thing should be very clear to you. When you start, you should be clear. This is what you will have to do in answer writing also. So that when a person starts reading your answer, he should be clear. Okay, this is the theme of this answer. And at the end, the story becomes clear. So if you start writing a answer on 30 Years' War and you write the first line, it was essentially religious but eventually political, everyone will be clear. When you start a topic, one thing should be clear, कि मुद्दा क्या है यार? तो essentially religion and eventually political. And when you end a topic, then the thing should be clear, कि what exactly happened? What developments took place? What is its importance? Four phases and the four ringleaders. First phase. Bohemia. The curtain opens in Bohemia. All the nobles, Czech nobles, were Calvinists. Calvinists were already disappointed with the Peace of Augsburg because they have not got equal status like Lutherans. And then Ferdinand second who has succeeded as an emperor was a hardcore Protestant. A conference was going on in Prague, in the palace of Prague, and these Czech nobles, they entered into this palace, where the conference was going on, took up all the nobles and threw in the 60 feet moat. And here they declared that Ferdinand II is not the emperor. Ferdinand II is not the emperor. And they offered the crown to Frederick, the elector of Palatinate of Rhine. And this was the beginning of Bohemian revolt. Calvinist. Gauri, Radhika, Ujjwal, Vigyan, Dushyant. Now you must be able to connect why important business centers were also important religious centers. Why, Gauri? In pre-modern world, important business centers were also important religious centers. Why? Radhika? Ajit Kumar Jha. Why, Radhika? Gauri, Anshul, Karan Kadu. This was the beginning of Bohemian revolt. Bohemia. Yes, yes, correct. Almost all of you are to the point. बोलो मुसंग क्या क्या कर लिया अरे टेंपल बहुत बाद में आए बेटा. टेंपल्स हैव अ वेरी लेट एंट्री because whenever the king has to occupy a particular place, a particular religious center, he had a solid justification for his soldiers. All these were the reasons, economy, guardian, etc., etc. All these were the reasons. But a very important reason was that when a king has to occupy, when the king has to occupy a particular place, Magad has to occupy Avanti. What is the capital of Avanti? Ujjain. Ujjain is the center of Mahakal. Ujjain is the center of Mahakal. It was very easy for the kings to activate their soldiers, because for common people, religion will always be the opium. Once religion became nectar for you, Radhika, you are going to Sadguru's ashram, and by God's blessing, if you got connected with the light inside you, the sky will be the limit. The sky will be the limit. Aristocracy and common people. For common people, religion will always be opium. And for aristocracy, religion will always be nectar. This was the beginning of Bohemian Revolt. Bohemian Revolt. Now Ferdinand II Ferdinand II asked the help from Philip II, III of Spain. Philip III of Spain. All the conquest of Spain, all the territories of Spain were sanctioned by the Pope. So Pope will always speak in the favor of Spain. Ferdinand II asked the help from Philip III. Ferdinand II asked the help from Maximilian. Of Bavaria. Ferdinand II asked the help from Austria and Catholic League, which was already in existence. And Frederick asked the help from England. His father-in-law, James I, But the textbook says that James I gave him a pompous advice. Pompous advice, and he asked the help from Lutheran princes. Lutheran princes. James I gave him the pompous advice, and Lutheran princes refrained from helping him. Refrained from helping him because in return they expected some relaxation from Ferdinand II. So one party gave pompous advice, other party refrained from helping, because they thought if we will not help him, Ferdinand II will give us some good relaxation. And then in the Battle of White Hill, Battle of Whitehall, important event of Bohemian revolt. In the Battle of Whitehall, Bohemian revolt was suppressed. Bohemian revolt was suppressed. Frederick was expelled from Bohemia, and he goes into exile. Frederick was expelled into Bohemia and he goes into exile. No, beta, thank you. But Gauri, what happened after this? Radhika, what happened after this? Frederick was expelled from Bohemia and he goes into exile. Now what happened? Which added the fuel to the fire. Now what happened? Radhika? One two ka four, 4 2 ka 1. My name is Lakhan, my name is Lakhan. नौ का सजन मेरा नाम है लखन. चकोरी ऐसा है चंदा. No one? Radhika? Richa? Alright, yaar, you all have L. Mukherjee and then you are not able to answer. सबको तोप के मुंह पे बंधवा दो यार. सबको तोप के मुंह पे बंधवा दो. जब हर चीज पढ़ानी पड़ेगी ला 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 बेकार का ड्रामा है. The biggest state in the northeast is Assam. Assam and then Arunachal Pradesh. Manipur, Nagaland, Mizoram. Kohima is very close from Thimphu. Now, this was followed by the following developments. Write down, this was followed by the following developments. First one, Palatinate. was taken away by Maximilian. Property of all the Czech nobles, was taken away. All the Czech nobles were Calvinist, and the property of all the Czech nobles were taken away. We will paralyze you forever. You will never be able to raise your head. And then the Protestant faith was forbidden in Bohemia. What Lutheran princes thought? That they will get some relaxation from Ferdinand II. Lutheran princes have thought, Sarji, Lutheran princes have thought that they will get some relaxation. They will get some relaxation from Ferdinand II. Instead of getting relaxation, this happened. And this became a sign of alert for Protestants. Now Protestants were alert. Clear nahi bhaiya? We are not going to get anything. And when Protestants became alert, this became an opportunity for the outsiders. Opportunity for the outsiders to support the Protestants and fulfill their objective. Modi became the PM of India. Modi became the PM of India. And initially, some of the Muslims, they supported Modi, ki nahi yaar, chalo, we will get some relaxation from him. But then, triple talaq, uniform civil code, population control bill. Now what will happen? Now, the enemies of India are clear that this group, Muslim group, is dissatisfied. So now they will try to take the advantage of this dissatisfaction. Uncle? Uncle? Now, Protestants are dissatisfied, unhappy. So outsiders will try to take the advantage in the guise of helping the Protestants. Now, Pakistan will try to take the advantage in the guise of helping the Muslims. Clear? Uncle and aunties, there is a ashram here in Delhi. I don't know whether you have gone there or not. There is a ashram here in Delhi near Chhatarpur, Guruji's ashram. Have you gone there? Guruji's ashram. So there everyone addresses the other person as uncle or auntie. There is a small girl also, 5 years. You have to call her auntie. Whenever you get the chance, you please go visit Guruji's ashram, Chhatarpur. Catholic yani Hindus will be on the side of PM Modi and dissatisfied Muslims will try to support Pakistan. Why so? Arey bhaiya, their interest is in danger, their existence is in danger, and you are asking why so? I think you have not got up properly. Rudrash. Their existence is in danger. Their interest is in danger. And now when the Lutherans are alert, Protestants are alert, the first one to fish in the troubled water was Denmark. And from here starts the second phase. Acha, that is basically to second phase, 1625 to 1630, 29, sorry. That is basically to end the ego. If you call a girl auntie, so she will be angry. Even sometimes when you call aunties as auntie, they get angry. But if you are calling a girl as a auntie, and a small guy of class 9, you are calling him uncle. So that possibly will develop the sense of maturity. Whenever you get the time, please go there. Guruji's ashram, it's a very good place. It's a light and grave. Mazar is there. ISKCON also, ISKCON. In ISKCON you see, the small girls are called as Mataji. And the first to fish in the troubled water was Denmark. Christian. Danish king Christian. Christian was a Lutheran. Danish king Christian was a Lutheran. And then he got the commitment of help from England, Holland, and Lutheran princes. So if China gets the support from, Pakistan gets the support from China, Russia, and a good section of dissatisfied section in India, so Pakistan will be motivated or not? See, just see, Pakistan gets the promise from China, Russia, we will help you against India, plus the dissatisfied section in India. Pakistan will be motivated. Pakistan will be motivated or not? Gauri? Pakistan will be motivated or not? Yes. Pakistan will be motivated. Similarly, Christian got motivated. Yes. And then Christian invades Germany. Now, Ferdinand II has already fought a war. Ferdinand II has already suppressed a revolt. Ferdinand II has already fought. He has already suppressed a revolt. He was under some financial pressure. And in that financial pressure, another tension, the attack of Danish king. The attack of Danish king. Now Ferdinand II was in trouble. Ferdinand II was in trouble. But then the help from Almighty Wallenstein, a Bohemian noble and an adventurer, he promised Ferdinand II कि sir, I will help you. And मरता क्या ना करता, Ferdinand II took the help of Wallenstein, and Wallenstein with his 50,000 volunteers. So on one side he gets the support of Wallenstein, and then his army under Tilly. This was the God's help to Ferdinand. Wallenstein, a Bohemian noble, Bohemian, he offers Ferdinand II to help. An adventurer having 50,000 soldiers. So on one side Christian getting the help from England, Holland and Lutheran princes. On the other side Ferdinand gets the help from Wallenstein. Tilly's army was already present. And then Battle of Lutter. Battle of Lutter 1626. Christian was defeated. Peace of Lübeck. 1629. And Denmark promises not to interfere in the matter of Germany henceforth. कि अब कभी जर्मनी के इंटरनल मैटर में हाथ नहीं डालेंगे. Denmark promises not to interfere in the matter of Germany henceforth. All the territories of Denmark were returned back. All the territories were returned back except German bishoprics. He was a Duke of Holstein. Bishoprics. The areas run by bishops. Except German bishoprics, all his territories were returned. So Ferdinand succeeds in suppressing Bohemian revolt, and Ferdinand succeeds in overthrowing the Denmark's intervention. Radhika, Ferdinand II succeeds in now Denmark was not only bothered about Denmark, Denmark was not only bothered about Protestant religion, Denmark wanted that by this victory, Denmark will be able to control all the northern ports. This was the main target of Denmark. Denmark was not only concerned about Protestant religion. Denmark was bothered about that once Denmark will be victorious. You see the map of Germany, Baltic Sea and North Sea. And if Denmark will be victorious, the hegemony of North is, if Denmark will be victorious, then Denmark will dominate all the northern ports of North Sea and Baltic Sea. And that will give promotion to the Danish trade and commerce. But now, Ferdinand II has suppressed Bohemian revolt. He has not only suppressed Bohemian revolt, he has overthrown the Danish threat. Gauri, now what happened? So, but natural, his confidence boosts. His confidence is on the seventh heaven. Boost is the secret of my energy. लंबी लंबी उमरिया को छोड़ो, लंबी लंबी उमरिया को छोड़ो, प्यार की एक घड़ी है बड़ी, प्यार कर ले, प्यार कर ले घड़ी दो घड़ी। ओ आज से अपना वादा रहा, हम मिलेंगे हर एक मोड़ पे, आज से अपना वादा रहा। हाँ? No one else. हम पढ़ाएंगे नहीं बेटा, हम सब छोड़ छाड़ देंगे इसके बाद, चाहे जितना गाली दो हमको, रो चिल्लाओ छाती पीटो, जब कुछ समझ ही नहीं पा रहे हो जिंदगी में, तब आओ हमारे यहाँ 50 बीघा खेत है, उसी में काम किया जाए। Yes, inbox it. Inbox it, inbox. This confidence of Ferdinand II led to the coming of the edicts of restitution. This became the core in the war, 30 Years' War. This became the core of 30 Years' War, edict of restitution. इसको ऐसे पीस के मन में डाल लो, the edict of restitution, which was against the peace of Augsburg. Augsburg has given edge to Protestants. Now this is the step to bring down the Protestant, to curb their status, to crush them out. But why the Protestants will surrender? Protestant is the light for the modern path. Protestant is the light for the modern path. Light. Why the Protestants will come down when they have so much support outside in Europe? The King of England has developed his own church, Anglican church, which is again a Protestant movement. Denmark, Sweden, Norway, they all are Protestant. Why? This is the core of 30 Years' War. This edict. The objective of this edict was to crush the Protestants. भैया, भाइयों और बहनों, Ferdinand II is morally high. He has quelled the revolt, Bohemian revolt. He has overthrown the outside invasion. And then he thinks this is the right time to crush these Protestants once and forever. हमेशा के लिए खत्म कर दो इन्हें. And within 3 years, अरे बाप रे बाप, भगवान, अरे भगवान, and within 3 years, of this edict, Catholics they recovered 5 bishoprics, the areas controlled by bishops. "50 Hanny towns and hundreds of monasteries. Hundreds of monasteries and parish churches. And this increased the unrest among Protestants. कि बेटा हम तो गए. This increased the unrest among Protestants. "50 Hanny towns. This increased the unrest among Protestants, and they got up from Their eyes were opened. They made a common cause. Lutherans, common cause between Lutherans and Calvinists. And this edict of restitution ended. Edict of restitution ended all the ground of peace between both the parties. This edict of restitution ended all the ground of peace between both the parties. Clear? Clear? रुद्रेश प्रताप सिंह बघेल, अंकल आंटी वाले पॉइंट पे बड़ा ध्यान है। ये सब कहाँ है, नहीं पढ़ रहे हो यार, कहाँ है वो कहाँ गई? एल मुखर्जी, एडिक्ट ऑफ रेस्टिट्यूशन। जरा भैया वो उठाना, एल मुखर्जी, इसमें रखे, इसमें दिया होगा, पक्का दिया होगा यार, ऐसा थोड़ी कि नहीं दिया। इसमें नहीं, वहाँ कबर्ड में 1415 to 1815, एल मुखर्जी। ये लो मैं हारी पिया, हुई तेरी जीत रे, काहे का झगड़ा बालम, नहीं नहीं प्रीत रे। ये लो मैं हारी पिया, हुई तेरी जीत रे, काहे का झगड़ा बालम, नहीं नहीं प्रीत रे। ये लो मैं हारी पिया। मस्त क्षमा है, आज नशे में सारा जहां है, रात नशीली मस्त क्षमा है, आज नशे में सारा जहां है। So, lords and ladies, the 2 points are clear, 2 phases are clear. The ground of compromise is over. अब ना हो सकता, because you are trying to crush the Protestant movement. Dushyant, Vigyan, Gauri, Ajit. And from here starts the third phase. Swedish intervention. Very dangerous phase, Swedish intervention. Edict of restitution जरूर दिया होगा, ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता ना दे। Ottoman aggression, 30 years war, सब दिया यार। 104। बैटल ऑफ व्हाइट हिल दिया हुआ है। Page number 108, the edict of restitution marks the height of Roman Catholic success. बताओ यार, पेज नंबर 108. इसीलिए मैंने तुम लोगों को ये किताब बताई. This was the reason I told you this book, because the core of every paragraph is given on the left side. And then you are feeling difficult. See? The edict of restitution marks the height of Roman Catholic success. You will never get. When I got this book, initially, one of my friend from Bengal, I was talking to him and I said, yaar, I am not able to connect world history portion. And then he said to me, I am sending you a book, Avadh. No, his world history teacher. No world history teacher will recommend this book. And by God's grace, one of my Bengali friend, he said to me, Avadh, I am sending you a book, just read it. And I bought all the volumes of L. Mukherjee. European history, Indian history, British history. And then the world history became the game for me. This book is in so much layman language, layman. And the beauty of this book is that the core of every paragraph is given on the left side. You don't have to do anything. You will never find any teacher recommending L. Mukherjee. Even the shopkeepers initially, they did not knew about this book. But accidentally or by God's grace, I got this book. L. Mukherjee. And you see the beauty of this book. History of Great Britain. कोई हमसे ले गया, तुम तो नहीं ले गए हिस्ट्री ऑफ ग्रेट ब्रिटेन 1688 to 99. एल मुखर्जी देख लेना एक बार. एल.बी. वर्मा is, हाँ, it's like Jail Mehta, very easy to understand, correct? हाँ, L.B. Verma is easiest in Hindi medium. L.B. Verma has the same position in Hindi medium. L.B. Verma. I generally read L.B. Verma only. I don't read L. Mukherjee. I read L.B. Verma. Lal Bahadur Verma. Wonderful book. I am very comfortable in Hindi, na? So I read L.B. Verma. 30 Years War, first volume. Now, the possibility of compromise was over. Possibility of compromise was over. What led to the beginning of the war? What instigated Protestants to come into action? Anyone? What instigated Protestants to come into action? Who was the backbone for Ferdinand during Danish intervention? Wallenstein. Wallenstein was the backbone for Ferdinand. Ferdinand II during Danish intervention. He was the backbone, his 50,000 soldiers. Ferdinand II dismissed him. See the connectivity of the story. Ferdinand II dismissed him. Why Ferdinand II dismissed him? Why? First reason, he disliked edict of restitution. He disliked edict of restitution. He not only disliked edict of restitution, he was against independence of German princes. Plus, his soldiers has done the savage during the war. Catholics were ashamed of it. So under Catholic pressure, under Catholic pressure, he was removed. This was the incident. Wallenstein, the backbone of Ferdinand II, was removed. Under which pressure? Catholic pressure. He was removed. Now when the backbone was removed, this instigated Protestants to pick up the arms. This instigated Protestants to pick up the arms. So on one side, Protestants were enthusiastic by the going of Wallenstein. On the other side, Protestants were enthusiastic because of the going out of Wallenstein. This enthusiasm became the strength when they got the support, cooperation of Gustavus Adolphus, the ruler of Sweden. उत्साह बन गया ताकत. Enthusiasm turns into strength. When they got the support or cooperation of Gustavus Adolphus. अब चचा का क्या इंटरेस्ट है? What is the interest of Gustavus Adolphus? He wanted to dominate the entire Baltic coast. He was already fighting with Poland for this. He wanted to dominate the entire Baltic coast. He was afraid that German emperor's sway might extend to the northern coast. Northern coast of Germany, and can endanger his interest. Plus his grandfather Gustavus Annus, Gustavus Vasa, was committed towards Protestants, was committed to the cause of Protestant. ये तो बहाना है, फसाना ये है. This is बहाना. This is Fasana. That was the bahana कि my grandfather was interested in the cause of Protestants. That was bahana. This was Fasana. So on one side, Wallenstein is gone, the backbone of Ferdinand II. On the other side, Gustavus Adolphus stands up for the cause of Protestants. Enthusiasm gets the strength. Pay attention. Pay attention, the U-turn in the story. Huh? Lastly, I will give you 4 words. Remember those 4 words. Entire story will be clear. Don't worry. You are learning everything from me, but you are not understanding the real thing what I am trying to convey to you. Open your minds. बंगाल कलकत्ता में कोई लड़का है अपना, कलकत्ता में हिमांशु भट्टाचार्य. हिमांशु भट्टाचार्य, वेयर आर यू? ये वाली किताब मंगा लेते यार, द स्टडी ऑफ ग्रीक हिस्ट्री एंड हिस्ट्री ऑफ ब्रिटेन. अच्छा, ये तो अशोक विहार दिल्ली में ही है, सुरजीत पब्लिकेशन. हाँ हाँ, ये तो दिल्ली में है यार. आज ही ले लेंगे चल के. अशोक विहार हो, मॉडल टाउन. Gustavus Adolphus moves towards Germany, but Lutheran princes were clear about his intention. कि Protestantism is a bahana. Real fasana is something else. Pakdo. Wait. That is why I say, na, it's very easy to understand the movies. It's very challenging to understand the books. Protestant princes were clear that Protestantism for him is a bahana. It's an excuse. His real intention is Baltic. So they refrained from giving him the support. Who? Protestant princes. They refrained. Protestant princes refrained from cooperating Gustavus Adolphus. Why? They were clear about his intention. But Rati Shankar Shukla fails to get the support of Gundu Pandit. because Guddu Pandit is clear about his intention. He wants to use me against Akhanda. Rati Shankar Shukla. But then Gustavus Adolphus got the support of Cardinal Richelieu. This was very astonishing event. Cardinal Richelieu, Prime Minister of Louis XIII of France and Catholic. For the first time, nation becomes important than religion. Write it here. Write a note. For the first time in history, for the first time in history, nation becomes more important than religion. This was a very important outcome of 30 years war. Nationalism prevails over religion. अब ये चचा अंदर क्यों आ गए? फ्रांस ने क्यों इसको सपोर्ट कर दिया? Why France supported Gustavus Adolphus? Because France wanted nationalism surpasses religion. First event. Second, France wanted to suppress the power of Habsburg, of Spain and Austria. Foreign policy of Cardinal Richelieu. The main theme of foreign policy of Cardinal Richelieu, that I have to suppress the power of Habsburg of Spain and Austria. इन दोनों की पावर कम करनी है, तभी मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा. तो सऊदी अरेबिया इजराइल को सपोर्ट करता है, टर्की को नहीं करता. सुन्नी दोनों हैं. अजरबैजान इजराइल को सपोर्ट करता है, ईरान को नहीं करता. अजरबैजान सपोर्ट्स इजराइल, नॉट ईरान. This was the first event in the history when nationalism surpasses religion. लिख लो. जाने कैसे अनजाने में आन बसा कोई प्यासे मन में, अपना सब कुछ खो बैठे हम, पागल मन के पागलपन में. France wanted to suppress the power of Habsburg. प्यार के अफसाने, प्यार के अफसाने, मैं जानू तू जाने और ये जाने कोई ना, तेरे बिना भी क्या जीना. तेरे बिना भी क्या जीना. हर धड़कन में प्यास है तेरी, खुशबू है इस धरती से उस अंबर तक, मेरी नजर में तू ही तू है। When the war took the full pace, war took the full pace. In this scenario, when the war took the full pace, 1631, Tilly completely destroyed Magdeburg. Now the Catholics, Ferdinand Emperor was angry with the Protestants. बोला मार डालो इनको. And 1631, Tilly completely destroys Magdeburg. 20,000 people slaughtered. And now when the Catholics became brutal towards, when Catholics forces became brutal towards Protestants, then Protestants came out to support Sweden. Brandenburg, later on Prussia, Brandenburg and Saxony. Saxony, Protestant state. Brandenburg and Saxony stood up in the support of Sweden. So Sweden was getting the support of France. Now Sweden started getting the support of Protestants. उसकी पावर बढ़ गई. Sweden. Now Sweden, after 1631, Sweden was getting the support of France, and Sweden was getting the support of Protestants of Germany. Tilly was killed. Tilly was killed. The power of Sweden increases. Tilly is killed, 1632. Tilly is killed. Now Emperor has no option. Emperor has no option but to recall Wallenstein. Recall of Wallenstein. Wallenstein was recalled. कि आ जाओ भैया, अब ना संभाल पाएंगे. Recall of Wallenstein. The person who was dismissed, he was recalled. Recall of Wallenstein. Wallenstein started recovering from Swedish forces. Wallenstein started recovering the territories from Swedish forces. Bavaria, Munich. And 1634, Sweden lost southern Germany and was in a situation to surrender. But Emperor got the news that Wallenstein is conspiring with Sweden. एक और बवाल हो गया. मिर्जापुर देखे हो ना, बस वही खेल चल रहा है. Akhanda, Yadav, Guddu Pandit, Lala, Tyagi. Wallenstein comes, he starts recovering. Swedish forces started getting set back. They lost southern Germany. But Emperor was in suspicion that Wallenstein is collaborating with Sweden. He got Wallenstein killed. Wallenstein की हत्या करवा दी. He got Wallenstein killed. On the other side, people were fed up with the war and savage. Both the sides were fed up. And this led to the Treaty of Prague. Very important, 1635. Treaty of Prague, 1635. Emperor modified Edict of Restitution. Emperor modified Edict of Restitution. Third phase, full of destruction. Treaty of Prague, 1635. सब मारा गया, टिली मारा गया, वॉलस्टीन मारा गया, गुस्तावस एडोल्फस मारा गया, सब मारे गए. मुन्ना मारे गए, अखंडा मारे गए, छोटे त्यागी मारे गए. बड़ा भयानक फेज था ये. दिस वॉज अ डेंजरस फेज. This was a dangerous phase, no doubt. But it finally ended up with Treaty of Prague, 1635. Emperor modified Edict of Restitution. So first event, first phase, taking away the property of nobles and forbidding Protestant in Bohemia, igniting the fire. Second phase, Edict of Restitution. Third phase, Treaty of Prague, 1635. सब मारे गए. Everyone was killed. Gustavus was also killed. Gustavus Adolphus was killed. Wallenstein was killed. Tilly was killed. सब मारे गए. And Treaty of Prague modified Edict of Restitution. But objective of France was not over. What was the objective of France? Right below it. Objective of France was not over. And the objective was to bring down the power of Habsburg, that is Spain and Austria. Right as a note, the objective of France was not over. That is to bring down the power of Spain and Austria. And this became the ground for the fourth phase. Fourth phase, French intervention. French intervention. Treaty of Prague brought religious aspect of the war to a satisfactory conclusion. Right as a note, Treaty of Prague brought religious aspect of the war to a satisfactory conclusion. Religious aspect of the war to a satisfactory conclusion. Treaty of Prague brought religious aspect of the war to a satisfactory conclusion. Fourth phase, completely political. Right in bracket, completely political. Fourth phase, Religious aspect was over. All the three phases are clear. Gauri, Radhika, MP Singh, Mahapratapi Singh, Dushyant, Sarfaraz. Three phases are clear, Vigyan. After the class consolidated, take the map of Europe. Please take the map of Europe. Sit with the map of Europe, political map, and see all the positions and then prepare. और एक लाइन याद रखो, essentially religious, eventually political. बस essentially religious, eventually political. बस खत्म. हाँ? ना 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 कर लेगा टेक ओवर. Israel will take over. Sir, this 30 years war and Treaty of Westphalia will help you to understand the present world order. Sovereignty दे दो, पाकिस्तान पैदा कर दो, भारत पे कंट्रोल रहेगा. ताइवान पैदा कर दो, चाइना पे कंट्रोल रहेगा. जॉर्जिया को बैक कर दो, रशिया पे कंट्रोल रहेगा. सॉवरेनिटी दे दो. The concept of sovereignty to the state as a counterbalance for the other major state. तुम देखोगे, you will see in this 30-year war, birth of Portugal, independence of Portugal, birth of Holland as a nation, Switzerland as a nation, and this maintaining the balance of power in Europe. तुम जो मिल गए हो तो लगता है ये जहां मिल गया. A Catholic will suppress the other Catholic. आ गया यार, आ गया. A Catholic will suppress the other Catholics. And this will give promotion to the ideology of a nation. And then France allies with Protestants of Germany, and Spain allies with Austria. The war starts. Fourth phase. France allies with the Protestants of Germany, Richelieu and the Protestants of Germany, and Spain allies with Austria. Victory at Rocroi. Victory at Rocroi, 1643. Portugal got independence. This was a big achievement of France. Portugal getting independence. Revolt in Naples, Argao. Austrians were tired. Austrians were tired, but natural. They have fought with Danes, they have fought with Sweden. They were tired. So Ferdinand wanted negotiation. Ferdinand wanted negotiation. Talks failed. And Richelieu died in 1642. Richelieu. (1646) French forces occupied Bavaria, breaking the Austrian resistance. Breaking the Austrian resistance. Austrian. And this was followed by Treaty of Westphalia. 1648. The treaty which ended the old epoch and led to the beginning of a new epoch. The treaty which ended the old epoch and led to the beginning of new epoch. The treaty which ended the old epoch and led to the beginning of the new epoch. Treaty of Westphalia. First phase, Protestants alarmed. Why? By the act of Ferdinand II, confiscating the property of Czech nobles who were Protestants and forbidding Protestantism in Bohemia. Second, Edict of Restitution 1629, major incident. Third, Treaty of Prague, ended 1635, ended the religious aspect of the war. Fourth, suppression of Spain and Austria by France, leading to Treaty of Westphalia 1648, which led to the turning point in the history of Europe. Turning point in the history of Europe, 30 Years' War. Essentially religious, eventually political. Essentially religious, eventually political. Tilly, Wallenstein, Gustavus Adolphus, Christian, Ferdinand II, Frederick, Richelieu, ये सब कैरेक्टर हैं इस मिर्जापुर सीरियल के. They are characters of this Mirzapur serial. Frederick, Ferdinand II, Christian, Gustavus Adolphus, Richelieu, Wallenstein, Tilly, Maximilian. सब मारे गए. End of the supremacy of Spain and Austria in Europe. Emergence of France, Sweden and Brandenburg. Later on, Prussia. The fire of 30 Years' War gave birth to Prussia, which finally completed the target of German unification. ये क्वेश्चन आता है प्री मेंस में. The fire of 30 Years' War gave birth to Prussia, Brandenburg. Brandenburg ने फ्रांस का साथ दिया. Brandenburg and Saxony, they supported France. So after the war, Brandenburg got the gift of territories. That territories incorporated into Brandenburg and led to the birth of Prussia. And Prussia became the powerful state in Europe, 18th century, posing challenge to France, Austria, and finally uniting Germany as a nation. हैं? समझ में आया कि नहीं पहले बताओ. All of you understood or not? इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई? First World War. Still, Gauri is still confusing. Gauri, still. Gauri is still confusing. मैं भगवान. अच्छा अर्लियर. ओह Ajit, still confusion. So tomorrow I will complete Westphalia, Treaty of Pyrenees. Treaty of Pyrenees, Westphalia, Rousseau, Kant. Okay, digest it, don't worry. Digest, we'll meet tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.